I live in Oklahoma, Michigan, in a great neighborhood with big houses. You can find there the best, biggest, meanest houses. But whenever I'm driving to work, I also think of grandmothers in Uganda. And these grandmothers live in a 14 by 12 small home where they are raising at least 9 children. How do they do it?
In the African setting, when you grow old, it's your children and grandchildren that are supposed to take care of you. Now it was the other way around. Their children died of HIV/AIDS. That the grandmothers now coming out to take care of the grandchildren. I initially am the one who started the grandmothers program. They had a school, but these orphans were living in very, very poor conditions. Sometimes you find a grandmother with about 6 children in a grass-thatched house, and it is almost falling on her head. And there is no pit latrine, no kitchen. So they cook with firewood. When the kitchen is enclosed, there is a lot of smoke. It's not like the gas cookers and electric cookers that you have here.
You would probably think that a grandmother house looked more like a shed. A house like how we think about it. It's 1 story. It's made of 3 rooms. Half the house is a living room and the other half is split up into 2 bedrooms, one for the grandmother and one for the children that she's raising. And we hire local builders to build the houses, which is important because that's feeding into the economy.
There's one grandmother who was living in a house, a grass-thatched house. And every time it rained, the house would be leaking. So she would go to take shelter on the veranda of someone else. They would chase her away, and it was miserable life for her. So we came in to build the house. We put up a pit latrine for her first. As soon as we finished the kitchen, she didn't wait. She decided to go and live in the kitchen. And the very night, it rained so heavily that the old structure where she was living fell down, was raised to the ground. We put up this house for her. She's a person who was not going to church. Now she goes to church. Actually, she has the best home in the village. She lived in a hopeless situation. Now she's really very hopeful. Her children are going to school. Maria Dina now is one of the opinion leaders in the village. You know, people go there to seek advice from her.
I met a grandmother. Her home collapsed. Fortunately for her, it was on the day that the builders were coming to build her a new home. Just to see the gratitude on her face. Don't think of these as women who are thousands of miles away in a community you've never been to. Think of these like your grandmother is the one who is not sleeping at night because there's rain pouring in through her roof. And do what you would do for her.